Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Karf, and I'm just going to give you a recap of the Great Waters Fly Fishing Expo from my experience being in the onWater Fish App booth. Setup was Thursday the 12th, and onWater sent me the booth. It was really easy to set up. There's two big shipping boxes, bins with rollers, which is pretty slick, and those bins also doubled as the podium little table that I used all weekend. And I thought the setup was pretty slick. And I had a helper. My youngest daughter, Riley, came and helped me out. And she did pretty awesome. She lasted longer than I expected her to. After setup, went home. And then on day one, Friday the 13th, no way, was it Friday the 13th? It was Friday the 13th. What? I just thought about that. Huh. Well, there was no bad luck on Friday the 13th. Nothing but good vibes and good people and good conversations. It was the beginning of the show. People were excited, and it was actually a lot busier than I would have expected a Friday afternoon would be. The time just zipped right on by. So my booth, the onWater Fish App booth, was across from my friend Ted Hansen, who is an amazing artist. You should check out his work. I will link it below. I have one of his pieces. I have this really cool smallmouth bass with a blue background of his. It's painted on, well, it's printed. It was a painting, the original. I have a replica. And the replica is on canvas. And he does such an amazing job of really making it look like an actual fish. And it looks really dope. And then next to Ted's booth across from me was an artist that I have never met before. He's local here in the Twin Cities, I think. And his name is Stanley, and you could find him at Stanley Leonard Studio on Instagram. And he does some pretty amazing work too. He does a lot of block prints, and he had these really amazing stickers there at the show. So here is a bunch of northern pike in a jar, like pickles. And he also had a sticker of a pike that looked like a pickle. And he had these really, really rad patches of bluegill that I just could not pass up. And I learned that this like sticky back adhesive, I thought you had the sew on patches, but that's just my thinking. These are just like, you could use an iron, and there's an adhesive on the back, and iron the patch right on a piece of clothing. And I have a little patch collection because I just don't have the right piece of clothing to attach these patches that I have accumulated to. I'm waiting for the right jean jacket or vest to come along. One of these days. And then the other side of Ted were my friends from Chicago, Oak and Oscar. They make some pretty incredible timepieces. Yeah, I'm a fan. And huge shout out to Chase at Oak and Oscar for letting me have one of their koozies. I would show you, but I don't have it right here right now. It's in the car. I got a green one. They had green and orange, and one of their taglines is "Make no small plans," which is very nice. But you could find all their links below. But that was day one. Day one was a ton of fun. Day two started out with me dressed like a banana. I brought my banana costume. I was dressed like a banana for a little while. It was a good time. And then I took the banana costume off, and I broke out this little bag of balloons and a pump, and I twisted up some balloon animals. The only ones that I know how to do, and the only ones that I will ever learn to do, are a dog and a fish. And I had a Sharpie with me just to draw eyes on them. And that was just for the kids. I mean, it was for fun for me. Someone walked up to me, and one of my friends was like, "So, Karf, is this one of your gimmicks?" And I was like, "Dude, I am a gimmick." I have all these little random skills. But yeah, the kids that were attending the show were super excited, and the onWater Fish App booth was really popular with the kids because I was twisting up balloons, and I had a stock of them, so I didn't have to twist them all up while talking with people. But I could also do those two things at once, and everyone was pretty excited about the app, and they were excited to sign up and potentially win that print of mine. With the onWater app, the features that people were most excited for were the ones that I'm always excited for. Is the My Waters tab, which you can favorite all of your USGS flow stations to, so you don't have to go digging around government websites and finding those links and saving bookmarks in your browser and having a bunch of tabs open. You can just keep them all in one place. The lake depths and being able to filter out by species and having it available nationwide. And then the other cool feature that really caught everyone's attention was the journal, and how the Angler Intelligence AI would take a picture of a fish and measure it for you, which is pretty dang slick, and it's pretty spot on. It's pretty accurate. I've had some good experiences with it, and I'm always impressed with that it comes up with that it measures the fish from a picture, and you don't need a token or anything. It just does it. It's real kind of strange, but pretty cool at the same time, because I don't ever measure my fish, and I am not the best gauge of how big a fish is. But if I were ever in a pinch and I needed to know, I would definitely just take a picture, journal it, just so that the onWater app could measure it for me and give me an idea. Because it would be nice sometimes to know how big or small a fish is. But also, I'm just always continuing to test it with like different backgrounds, different things in the picture. I want to see how it will do if I hold a fish with like those tiny finger hands. I want to know if it'll register that. Anyway, day 3 was canceled. They called the show the day before on day 2, so everyone knew, and some people started to break down an hour early because we were going to get hit with a lot of snow. There's going to be a blizzard. Today is Monday that I'm recording this, and it snowed all day yesterday, day 3. What would have been day 3. It started at like 4 p.m. on Saturday and finished around 4 p.m. on Sunday. And I think in my backyard I measured between 13.5 and 14 inches of snow, just on my patio table. Yeah, there was a lot of snow, so nobody was really going out anywhere yesterday. Everything was pretty much closed. When I was shoveling my sidewalk, there was someone cross-country skiing. But enough about the blizzard. After the expo on day 2, Jake Keeler and Mike Tianis were hosting people for a Cabin Fever Film Festival at Jake Keeler's art studio at Fox Studios in St. Paul. And I can't remember now, I think there was 4 films. One from Jake and Mike Tianis. I don't even remember the other films. One of them had my friend Ashley White and Joe Christopher in it. And it was about Ashley White's story, with struggles with mental health and getting out there and fishing. The other one was filmed somewhere out west with mountains. And then I don't remember the other one. I was doing a lot of talking. There's a lot of friends there, and yeah, and there was also some super rad art. There was some really rad art being displayed. Jake welcomed some of his artist friends, and there's galleries on the wall. There were artists with tables. Like Stanley Leonard had set up a small table over there to sell some merch, some prints. Josh DeSmit was there. He had a merch table. Hadn't seen him in a long time. It was good to see him. And then there was 2 new artists I've never heard of before, and they make the coolest things. I bought one. So this one This is a gar, or not a gar. This is a bowfin. Same hat that I'm wearing now, so that was an easy sale. But this one had a bowfin on it. Look at that. How cool is that? This one is from, this hat was from Hannah Anima. And I apologize if I'm butchering your name. But I will link all these things, all these people and all these artists down below. You can link to their website or their Instagram or wherever. And then I also got this pretty sick lamprey temporary tattoo from Kimberly Boustead. I think it's Boustead. Kimberly Boustead. And she had some pretty amazing pieces on display. And I was looking at one of them. It was this gar head, this gar face. Like, I don't even know how she made it. It looked like paper mache or something. I don't know. I have no clue. But I'm used to seeing those types of pieces with a please do not touch. But right next to the label it said, please wear. And I looked at Jake and I was like, does that really say please wear? He's like, yeah. I almost threw my hat across the room so that I can wear that gar face. And then there was a lamprey face. I did not try on one of the carp faces. I should have. I regret it. I regret not wearing one of the carp faces, but 2 out of 3 is not bad. But just to close this out, it was such a good time, and to close this out, it was so good to see old friends and make some new ones, and just talk to everybody at the expo at the onWater booth. Like I said, I think people were pretty excited about the app, as they should be, because I personally use it, and I am a big fan of it. And if you have any questions about the app, please reach out to me and let me know. Happy to answer any questions for you. Huge shout out to my friends PJ Smith, who helped me set up the podium and also helped me pack out, and to Danny P, who gave me the most amazing BOS bag, as he called it, bag of stuff. I've never heard that term or acronym before, but I dig it, and it was the coolest bag of stuff ever. And I'll just go over that in another video, because that one deserves its own space. But yeah, huge shout out to PJ and Danny for helping me bring everything to my car on Saturday night, so I didn't have to return to the expo to break down yesterday during the blizzard. Well, keep it short. Thank you for everyone that visited the booth. My friend Tom, who brought me the most amazing pastry with chocolate, pistachios, and I don't even know, it was cream filled. I had it on the onWater podium, and everyone walking by was eyeballing that, and that kind of drew them into the booth for me to talk to them about the app for a little bit. But no, that pastry was so good. It was so good. Okay. Thank you all for stopping by the booth, picking up a dog, a fish. I hope everyone had fun. Big summoned. Peace out. Be excellent to one another. Bye-bye.